Are they actually saying something, or do I not know what they're saying? And part of me is like, I probably can tell if they're not making sense. And my suspicion is they're not actually making sense at the present moment. But there's this offhand chance that they're way beyond me, and I've just lost the trail.
Nate really wanted me to watch it, and I'm glad I listened to it finally this morning, the whole thing, and I found it fun to sort of try to keep tracking with everything. But like you, am I really understanding where they're saying and what they're saying? And I wanted more. It was interesting.
Greetings and welcome to the Friday Morning Nameless. I'm Chad the Alcoholic, and
I'm actually being streamed to you via General Griswold Gaius Grimm's whim from my car. This recording.
I wanted to talk about some of this stuff. It's interesting to me. So last night in Paul's Thief in the Night stream that we did, the just chatting thing, he mentioned they were talking a little bit about the conversation between Jordan Daniel Wood, I think his name is, and John Vervaeke, who had Nate in there, Nate Heil and Sam Adams. And it was
and now, with rapid speed and professionalism, I will start playing a piece of that. No, that's not what's happening here today. I'm about 10 minutes from being ready to stream, though. So let's just say hi, everybody, and let's do the theme song. Thanks, Nolan. I keep telling these guys, the StreamYards people, they have this, like, how'd the stream go? And you're like a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and then like, if you thumbs up, they're like, great, what can we do to make it better? And every time I'm like, I need to be able to pop out these different control panels so I'm not scroll. Hi, everybody. We're going to do savings throws and stuff. Guess what? I got the car back. And to celebrate me getting the car back, you get to watch the.
1, 2, 3, 4. What a sunny day, you'll find me on a big rock basking. Normally I need the shade, but that's all I've been having. I need the world way more than anyone needs me in it. If not for you, I'd run away and not admit it. I disappeared into an empty dark casino. I gambled everything, lost it incognito. And no one knows how broken we can promise is still. And that's until my comic book somebody
Fun fact, moments before I lost the car, I was at a casino.
experience life. It's mixing all my colors, things we hit too light. I passed the days just floating on the daydream sailing. I did the dishes, took the trash out, feel amazing. I disappeared into an empty dark casino.
Hey, everybody. Fun fact. Moments before we got the car out the impound, I was at a casino.
What song is lacy suit of Steno? And no one knows I'm breaking promises still. And that's until my comic books are writing bill. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. I heard my favorite single by my friend's Bamboo Kiss. I'm in my shit.
I also have a machine built for my own pleasure, but I always want to look up that song and never do. So if it showed up in the comments and I had to pull it out of Held for review because it was a link, that person would probably get a +7 Indigo bonus, but I'm not sure.
Built to seek out my own pleasure. It just so happens that my heart's my biggest treasure. I disappeared into an empty dark casino. I gambled everything and lost to incognito. And no one knows I'm broken, breaking promises still. And that's what's in my comic books I'm writing bill. Yeah.
And is often the case as one is pulled away on other external business. Things get all hectic back on the home front. And the home front, in my mind, is Deadwood. And I think we're going to make arrangements so it is for you too. Welcome. This is the Grim Grizz live stream for today. I called it Put Out the Peaches, because Deadwood. Here's your savings throws. You get to choose between survival, social, wisdom, or heart. And if the roll comes out over 10, you take half damage from the mind control that follows. There are secret ways to get bonuses. Ask your friends. Choose! Survivalist. 4. Socialists. Nat 1. And I'm strongly considering bonuses not being able to be applied to a Nat 1, but that's not in effect yet, so you can still use them. Sophists. That's a 12. You got your disciples with you today, I see. Heart. Just the 3 of us. We'll be fine. Now, I have wonderful and exciting news. And I've seen Help How to Be Better YouTuber video that told me to keep saying that and then not tell you until the very end. So remind me at the very end. I have very exciting news. What we're going over today is what we were going over. Moments what we started going over, actually. That video from Chad where he was covering the video from Paul. It's all meta around here, you understand? But this video from Paul, did he link to it in the bottom? No, look at Chad. Look at your sloppy. We're talking about people in the academy who've been to college and shit, and you don't even cite the video source after the stream. Grim? Yeah, I know. Okay, so it's in my notification somewhere, guys. Aha. No, up that Sermon on the Mount. Joker. What? I guess I better watch it. Oh, it's gone. She took it down? Huh. Uh-huh. Well. I see. She's apparently doing it again next Friday.
He mentioned
That's it.
they were talking a little bit about.
I caught that happening right when I got back into the house, right, from rescuing the vehicle. There was this Cassidy lady from the German festival who was doing a live stream, and I'm like, is her channel part of Ryan? Who's in charge of who's part of this little corner around here? And then I remembered, of course, Ryan Lewis is in charge of who's in this little corner around here, because he has the Ryan Lewis's this dash, little dash, corner dash. I don't know. It's hard for me to remember, but it's a website where you can search a word, and it goes from all the videos from the people that are considered in this little corner. And I had to jam my way in there, but I got in there, right? So but he's he's the property holder of the town. And that's a Deadwood reference. And it's really just time we all got together and watched it, because we have to deal with issues like the one I'm going to dig up while you watch more of Chad talking. This the Pink Floyd part?
And approaching topics at a little bit of a higher level. And I think that there's a lot of truth to that. But sometimes I. Hey there, I'm Chad the Alcoholic, and the creator of the Friday Morning Nameless channel. I'd like to welcome you to join us for the latest and greatest and most up-to-date information about all the things happening in this corner of the internet. I want to thank you for your time and your attention. Let's see. They're not maybe meant for. They're not primarily meant for the listener. I think they're sometimes meant for the people that are first having the conversation, especially if it's their first one. They're really laying out trying to see each other, and I didn't understand everything that was going on in the video. And if you were to ask me if
I'm sorry, that was it's really hard to pause things real fast. And so there was that terrible sound. I don't know how to make it up to you, but this is a pretty sound. Now, in this otherwise unwatchable catastrophe, I tried to make an appearance and save Pastor Paul. I'm going to share that part with you now because it's relevant to the topic of discussion, which is the way we're publicly slandering each other in the streets of the corner. Let's see. Oh, look, there I am. But we gotta catch the entrance. Here we go.
Which is the participation.
Wait.
In other words,
share it like this.
The philosophy by design will always take you away from reality. It gets you further from reality. And
Speaking of further from reality,
this guy is just going to bring a lot of reality into this space. I know that. That's what he does.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Welcome, Graham. Good to see you.
Hi. I was trying to watch this and it was unbearable, so I thought I'd come on and make it more bearable. Oh, where have we heard that before, funny guy? Oh, but look, if you'll notice, I didn't notice until it was set up this way how much the Omega symbol was baked into the yellow dragon thing Sally sent me. But I see it really hard now, especially in this video.
He
gotta
came
get back
to
to me
rescue me
about
from
that.
the twins. I haven't quite named you two yet, Mark and Manuel. You're twins of a kind, but I haven't really named the kind of twins you two are.
I've
You
heard
wouldn't say
Eminem,
that
and I
if you
don't like
if you
it.
were hanging out on our Discord server when we get into it. But okay.
But I haven't been able to sort of capture exactly, because you do have sort of a dual. The two of you really embody a certain thing, and I can't quite.
Yeah, it's called the same reality from two entirely different perspectives.
Yeah, it's called it. All right, everybody. Here's a bonus save against Lefebvre. Choose. Oh. Survivalists are not one. Socialists. 18. I can't get it to focus, but that's an 18. Sophists, lovers of wisdom, you're an 8 this time. I hope you've typed in chat and got a new +2 bonus. Or hard, folks. I think the die knows to give you points against Lefebvre. So there you go, folks.
Welcome to the world.
Well, I was about to ask Eminem here the question about, so we've had 3 of Vervaeke's after Socrates out, and the 4th one just came out today. I haven't watched the 4th one yet. I want to hear your thoughts.
I watched the first one. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'll never watch another one at all.
I do bring it up in moments, but I wanna cue it up for you beforehand. These two gentlemen are from the Awakening from the Meaning Crisis Discord, which is named after the Awakening from the Meaning Crisis series that John Vervaeke did.
10 minutes. Like the framing was so bad that nothing good could be presented within that framing.
Wow.
So like my 3-hour chipmunk trolling stream of the episode was more effort than the guys inhabiting the Awakening from the Meaning Crisis server.
Yes.
Well,
undoubtedly. I mean, you said it, Paul. Like the text vanishes too quickly. That's just sloppy. They can't get the scheduling right. These are not good. Like I know they're not like things happen, but these are not good signs that the work is being cared for. They took down the meditation stream, the full series of meditations. They've been asked to put it back up. They told me they were putting it back up. It hasn't been put back up. The whole thing where they put a picture of a head and they move it and then
This is me respectfully not smoking on Paul Van de Clay's stream. You see the broken clock tower logo? That's Orlando's outside. I gotta leave you unattended with this stuff. But I'll play a song that everybody loves when I get back. And don't forget, we have really exciting news coming up.
It's got the color around it
coming,
and they move
Orlando.
that at a separate rate. I can't stand that. Like that actually hurts me. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. But more importantly, I mean, John's changed and his message has changed, and he's been hanging out with Guy Sengstock, who's a sorcerer, and he's adopted sorcery habits. And I wouldn't mind if he were aimed at the good, but I don't think he is anymore. And I do mean anymore. And it's a change, and I just see a change, and I don't like the change, and I'm not in.
All right. Well, there's Mark's opinion.
So
you knew you'd get one from me.
It was a surprise that I got an opinion. I know it was a shock.
The thing that turned me off is like he started off right, like he starts introducing all of these people like fast. He's not providing context. He's just like spouting them out, and then he starts this story about these Indians, right? Without introducing why it's relevant, and he goes through the story, and I'm like, what's
now? You might be asking, why didn't he give us a save and slow versus that little feller? And it's because it's I think everybody mostly has a natural immunity.
what's going on? And then he's using all of these terms, right? Like these terms whether you have to have a lot of a lot of background information in order to understand what he's talking about, and he's just throwing them into the story. And then at the end of the story, he's like reframing the whole story backwards and presupposing that you can understand this reframing of the story that he's giving you, right? And I'm like going in my head like really hard trying to get like, okay, and like
oh, sorry guys, one more time for me.
This reframing of the story that he's giving you, right? And I'm like going in my head like really hard trying to get like, okay, like what is he doing? And like I'm not sure, right? And like in some sense, I feel what he's doing is he's trying to get you excited, right? Like he's trying to enchant you, right? Like he's trying to take you with him, but he's not making it an actual argument. Like he's just not. He's just saying things and then like, presupposing that you accept it. And it's like I'm not in for this. Like I'm not going to do this.
It's all magic.
Wow.
I thought he was like pointing this shit at you, Magic, when I saw it. Honestly, I was like, "Oh no, he's gonna point that at Magic. It's gonna go." But like, you know, you made your savings throw, so.
Mark has props. He's learned from Grizz.
Oh, I got tons of props. I always had props. I just use them more now. I got tons of props.
All right, Grizz, I want to hear what you have to say. Have you watched any of it?
Yes, I have. I specifically last night went into the secret episode, which is episode number 2. You can tell it's a secret episode because even Paul Vanderklay skipped it, and the algorithm never recommended it to me. It went straight to 3, and I discovered that the reason for it is because in episode 2 he says the part out loud, kind of. And like basically it's like that Socrates' big shtick is participatory knowing. And that's what he's selling. No, that's
yeah, I understand.
Hey, that's what I saw. And so
yeah, I believe you.
So I became instantly terrified that what this After Socrates series is like, I'm going to use Socrates to pimp participatory knowing and then offer you all these courses because I'm just selling you my friends.
Yep.
And that's the big concern I have after I found that part. As far as like me having to pause it and read the things, I don't know. It's stylish. I don't know what the popular style is for kids these days. Maybe I'm not going to criticize the style of his production value because the Lobster Monkey Army was supposed to be a replacement for CAA, and it's not yet. So that he's having to use those poor people and not consult with us is my personal failure, not anything to do with his production. That's what I wanted to confess to you, my friends and families of the stream, the Hive Mind and whatnot. But welcome. Here's sharing things. I'm sharing with the group. Share. Behold. I'm showing you other things. Oh wait, I promised you a song. I need a song now to deliver. What does Pet Cow even have does the Chris Show even have a good song? I mean, feel good song? Does the Chris Show come up as the Chris Show? Because look, Chris Gaiter beat you on the Chris Show shirt. It's good. Look, Chris. You didn't. No, hold on. You didn't win the Pet Cow the search, and now the Chris Show search gives me Gethard, not Gethard. Damn it, Chris Gethard. That's a good name. Better than Pet Cow. But hey, that works. The Chris Show Pet Cow. Welcome. Here, guys, I'm just gonna let this play. I love you all. I'm sorry. I'm having an episode now.
Okay, this is for the Alien Salience Project. This video is to whom it may concern. Whoever finds this, 1,000 years from now or 100 million years from now, or, well, I mean, come to think of it, time doesn't exist. So the aliens might even be watching this right now. But this is basically to explain to the aliens what exactly reality is, or at least how we perceive reality compared to theirs, So, you would imagine that coming from a different reality, you definitely have some culture shock and perhaps need an explanation. So the most important thing to understand about our reality, I don't know how other realities are, is that we have no idea what's going on, and we're clueless. And the main thing that we have figured out is you can't act like you don't know. So we got people who don't know, and they don't know, and they're doing nothing. And then we got people who don't know but think that they know, and then those are the ones that we're making our leaders. And so we're just, well, I don't know, and this guy seems to know, so we're just going with him. But really, we've got no clue. We're completely lost as to exactly what reality is or what we're doing. The best that I can figure it out is that I believe that I exist. It seems as though I exist. It seems like this is happening. I can't be certain, but it seems as though I or at least something believes that I exist. So there's that at least. But if I was to really say what that is, I couldn't say. If I had to describe it, the best I could, it'd be that I am observing the experience that I am having. I am something conscious that is aware of its existence. I'm observing. Beyond that, we really have no clue. From here on out, or from everything out from here branches to speculation. It seems as though matter is real. We've got taste, smell, touch, feel, all this type of stuff. It's pretty convincing that it's real. We don't have any evidence to make us think otherwise, but we also don't really have any evidence to make us really think that that any of it is real. It's as likely that this is all a dream. Other than one other thing that we intuit and have been intuiting since the beginning is that we are observing, and then we are also being observed, and we're not exactly sure how to process this. And what I mean by process is we're not exactly sure how to conceive of this. And so we've come up with ideas like God and the gods and spirits and aliens and all kinds of different ideas, trying to understand whatever is observing us. So we are observing, and we have the sense that we're being observed, but we're not even sure about that. We just have the sense. We're not convinced. The best way I know how to describe it is like a fishbowl. So, I used to get super stoned and like watch my fish in my fish tank, and just, I'd come by, and they knew me because they knew I represented food. But from their perspective, all they knew was probably that some type of blurry, psychedelic, weird being was walking up to them and dropping little fish flakes from the sky into their bowl. And all they knew.
It's called The Blind Men and the Elephant. Long ago and far away there lived 6 blind men. Although these men could not see, they learned about the world in many ways. They could hear the music of the flute with their ears. They could feel the softness of silk with their fingers. They could smell the scent of food cooking and taste its spicy flavor. Together they took care of their home, and they were very happy. Then one day the blind men heard some exciting news. The prince had received a new elephant at his palace. The blind men had heard of elephants, but they had never met one. They did not know what an elephant was like. "Let us go to the prince's palace," said one of the blind men. Then we can find out what the elephant is really like. Off they went. It was a long walk to the palace. The blind men grew hot and thirsty, but they did not stop. They could not wait to touch the elephant. Finally, they reached the palace. A guard came to greet them. The blind men told them why they had come. Of course you may touch the elephant, said the guard. I am sure the prince will not mind.
In fact, the prince quite likes it when people touch his elephant.
Knew it was, well, that's where the food is. So they went straight to it. They didn't know they were in a fish tank. They didn't know that I was keeping the water clean for them. And they didn't really seem to understand that I was observing them. Although they seemed to have a sense, especially when I would give them food. And so this seems to be our best guess as to what reality is that we're in a fish tank. We know that we're bumping against the walls, especially recently. We're freaking out, especially more technology we get, the more we're freaking out, realizing the
we are at a crossroads, and we can go two directions. And one direction leads to oblivion, and the other direction leads to glories that we can't even begin to imagine at this point. And I think the gods are abiding and choosing not to intervene, because that's the nature of how the system works. Because if we do it, we have to do it on our own. That's not to say we won't get help from time to time, but basically it's primarily up to us. And there are factions right now that would like to see us dumbed down, with the lacking the capability to think on our own, think critically, to just drink the Kool-Aid, swallow what we're being spoon-fed, and don't ask questions. This is the most important thing. And this was the great lesson of the quest for the Holy Grail.
Limitations. One thing I said earlier is that we have leaders. We just assumed our leaders knew what was going on, but they don't know what's going on. And that's kind of becoming really clear. And so we're kind of freaking out because we have all this technology. We're looking at ourselves in the mirror and we're just like, whoa, do I exist? Or like, what's going on? And if I do, why? And what's this all about? So anyways, we know that we're hitting the limits of this fish tank. You know, a simple example is that we die. And after that, we're not sure what happens. We're locked inside of time and we don't understand how that works.
This is Chris Petkow's entry into the Alien Salience Project, which is a collaborative YouTube playlist where you make a 5 to 7 minute video on your own channel about explaining, like, if you imagine you're speaking to an entity that has never been in a human body before, and you explain what it's like to be a human to them. Like you met them in a bar and they ask you, you're like, well, man, and you make that video, and then once you've been to the playlist, or I think you have to click on the thing, view the whole playlist, and over there somewhere, then you can add, like when you go to save a YouTube video, the Ask Collaborative playlist will be there for you to add videos to, and you can add your video to it. And that's why it's a collaborative playlist. And this is Petkow was the first person I had never seen before who participated in it, and that was like the hook of community involvement that really set me into Tulska over here, to Tulka one.
This one of the limitations, one of the ways we're bumping against the glass of this fish tank is the speed of light. We're not able to go faster than the speed of light, so we're not able to, you know, we're it seems as though some type of tank has been built around us. And so we have the sense that we're being observed, and we have the sense of our own limitation, and we're not really sure what to go from here. And then from there, it's just a lot of speculation. Some people just ignore it. Some people just ignore the walls and pretend like it's not there and act like you're crazy for talking about it. Then others are obsessed with it.
But a woman can control a room full of men. And that's, actually, Catherine, you're the second woman today that said, gave me the complaint of, why is our culture basically downvoting women expressing femininity? You're the second woman to say that to me today in just a frustrating way. And, oh, is this the patriarchy speaking with that downvoting? I don't think so. And yeah, so.
I want to major in equipping those who follow me with the things that against such things there is no law.
Answers on how to get past the walls, and there's some interesting ideas there, but we haven't come to a consensus as a people yet onto exactly what that would be or what that looks like. But
well, if everyone would just listen to what I say, Chris, we would suddenly have consensus. No, interspersed within this entry, which he did not do, but was me doing, were entries from the clip stream on the Discord, the Broken Clock Tower Discord, which is symbolized in the brand overlay I didn't upload. But you remember this one from the other day? Snitch me a tofa. That would have been the thumbnail. I'm just gonna do that now while you watch the last few of whatever he says.
We just know that we exist and we're running into limitations. So yeah, that's pretty much my explanation of reality. There is one other option, and if this is the option, it's not what I just said. It's something completely different. It could be that we're
now. First, I want to remind everybody that I give special thanks to the Shadow Cabal of production executives that make all of this possible, and that is my patron people, my buy me a coffee people, and my Substack people. Oh, and the merch people. Anybody that helps your Shadow Cabal, as far as I'm concerned. And I don't know. There's ways you get Discord access and perks and bonuses. It's all very complicated and poorly administrated. However, as there is a Substack, I do try to write from time to time, and that happened. And not only did it happen, but it happened. It was a paintball for Jesus he won, which is the theme of my Holy Quest. And so it's people have been encouraging me to write, and I don't know if I should go fiction or nonfiction. So this is a fiction writing that I did. And rather than have the internet robot read it to you, I'm going to read it to you. And I hope you like it. And if not, see you next time. Roll your save. Anyway, it's called The Guy, and I called it an insert from the Paintball for Jesus book. Hey, no, share the tab, though. An insert from the Paintball for Jesus book because it goes in the book. You see? So, insert. Dude, can you really read it? No, I can't. Okay, I can't really read it, guys. Sorry. I thought I could. Can't do it. I wanted to call this episode Corner of Thrones, but that's all the AI gave me. Oh, that's embarrassing. Failure to read. Magic, I have failure to read. What am I supposed to do? It's too I'm too concerned with what people will think about it to give it a bad reading is the thing. So maybe I can do a dedicated one, not in the middle of a live stream, but no, I can't. I like it. I'm too sensitive about the feedback to it right now to jinx it. Or, I'm sorry, guys. So, but no, I thought I'd put the link for the StreamYard, and we could come in and talk about, hey guys, isn't it like not cool of us to just crap on everybody else's work in public like that? And I don't know. Apparently, those people aren't here today. Or here. What if you hide? What if you hide behind the image from the post? And that's right. I'm gonna try it. I'll probably get about 2 paragraphs, but wow. You got you and your peer pressure, magic and brilliant. Did you guys see the peer pressure in action from the hive mind? This tease calling, magic called me a tease, brilliant called me a tease, and now I am trying again. Look, peer pressure, iron sharpens iron, that makes me wet. Donnie awoke to the sound of rock scraping on rock from the back of the tomb. We quit calling it a cave? His narrator questioned. A light emerged from where a secret door had opened. The paintball and airsoft bruises made him wince as he rose to a sitting position. From the pathway concealed by the secret door, a cloaked and hunched figure emerged, carrying a lantern. Donnie's stomach grumbled at the thought the stranger might be the means through which he might obtain a meal. But the stranger pointed the lantern at him and twisted a knob on it, shining its full light into his hopeful eyes. He then turned round to hang the lantern on a hook in the cave wall Donnie hadn't seen in the darkness. Ah, look at the hope creep in. Donnie uttered some foolish question, lost to memory as his last naivety, but the figure went from hanging the lantern to removing the cloak and hanging it on another hook. Donnie had not noticed, and see, this is why you're not reading. But the figure went from hanging the lantern to removing the cloak and hanging it on another hook. Donnie had not noticed high in the wall of the cave. Why do you have to explain that there's 2 hooks? As his hands dropped, okay, I can't. It's on the Substack, which is a place you can support me if you don't like Patreon. There should be a link in the description. This wasn't just supposed to be a Substack commercial, but to address the issue, we also need to focus on the people that are actually honoring, like reverently approaching our friend's work, perhaps, and also give them a hearing if we're going to allow the mudslinging and stuff we have before. But that's there you go. I got the car. Oh wait, Graham, you said there was exciting news, and there is exciting news. Oh, just show him. Yes, because you just show it. All right, what you do is you click to the folder the image is in. Yeah, okay. And then you got to find the folder it's in. Yeah, that one? No, that one? Maybe. Yeah, which one has the words? That one has the words. And then you drag that to the browser over here. Yeah? Okay. Boom. Then are you sharing the screen? You're about to. Here we go. No, that's not. Oh, what a tease. What a tease. What's going on here? Wow, that was thorough. What's going on here? Well, howdy, everybody. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the exciting news. This hot new image is fresh off the ink quill of the mother of Lobster Monkey Goose. Where's he at? We got the gold one in here. Yeah, this one. Look, this is the lady who drew Lobster Monkey Goose. Has now drawn Lobster Monkey Rascal for the next T-shirt merchandise item for this whole thing. Hey, Bongers, look, Bongers, this is Rascal. Rascal says howdy to Bong. This is going on a shirt, and it's a special shirt because she's like, I can make you another thing in like 3 months after the baby. The what? And so it was like, all right, I'll tell you what, lady. You make this shirt, and then like 80% or whatever my net is, I'll give to you for the baby. Welcome, howdy. Rascal says howdy, kid. And as a bonus, thanks for being pro womb. That's our team. We're Team Pro Womb around here, folks. I don't know what to tell you. That's just the way. Anyway, there's going to be a shirt. I don't know. If you want it, indicate that you're interested in purchases that'll expedite the process. And Tuesday, I don't know. There's a shirt coming. Happy. Howdy, everybody. Roscoe says howdy. Oh, I am at the beginning. My screen record stopped working. Sad face. Well, can you just pop on, or are you unavailable for that, Chad? Because I'm gonna stop if I don't get somebody. He's at the beginning. He's not gonna. All right. Well. The point is, there's been some shenanigans. I think, guys, I'm probably gonna do. Thanks to the Buy Me a Coffee folks, we have enough coffee in the budget to also buy Deadwood probably and do the Deadwood intensive. I was worried about like who had the rights to stream it and whatnot at HBO Max, but since I can rent it through YouTube, I can avoid my moral and ethical quandaries and just stream episodes and go through them with you. If you're interested, you indicate that you want to be a Deadwood dandy somehow in the comments section. Bonus points if you bring peaches, because it's a reference to the show you supposedly haven't seen yet that we're going to go through together. I don't know how we're going to do it best. We can decide. Somebody texted him that part about coming on, it looks like.
What?
Chad, welcome.
How's it going?
I didn't get very far into your video, my man. I got to like the Pink Floyd part. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a while.
I think I broke my screen recorder or something, man. I think I jammed up all my data or something, man, because I just tried capturing that a bit out of the Cassidy's live stream because I wanted to make a.
She pulled it down, bro. It's gone.
It's back up, but I did capture some of it. But even right now, like I was trying to do some screen capture, and it wouldn't work. But I was trying to make a video for the Play with Paul's Patreon. Like I wanted to do a promo for Bill or for Paul because Paul won't do it for himself, and so I wanted to encourage people to do that. But my
why don't you step in at a lower level and do the things I won't do for myself? Speaking of which, here's Zach, responsible, unless I'm mistaken, for the Fancy Pants Throwback Thursday stuff yesterday. Welcome, sir. Good to see you in the Hive Mind chat.
Yeah, that guy kicks ass. So what do you need me to do? What can I do for you?
Well, he doesn't tell people. They had to figure it out. Like,
go to Grimm's Patreon, and then after you go there, go to Paul's Patreon, and then
if you're just gonna do money, honestly, okay, if your sole thing is money, I think the most help that would make us feel good, as far as me and Chad goes, is probably the parking lot. Yeah. Like I saw in the stream, he said it's going to be 70 grand. They got 20 in matching, but 70 grand's a lot. So, second would be you support Living Stones at Paul's church. But if you like the patron route, he's got one of those he hasn't serviced.
Right. And
like I told him he should take the patron budget because there's apparently a budget coming in from it.
Yeah.
And like have a person administer the tier benefits, because I mean, I don't know. It's like if I quit pointing outward and solely like did derivative of Paul's stuff as an exemplar of what should be done with Paul's stuff for a while, I'd run off a lot of people, I think, but it might be helpful. It's just, I don't know. It didn't get cold here. Maybe it's not cold enough to drive people onto their devices and they're still all outside living their lives. I don't know how many actual people are willing to play at our level or even 2 or 3 levels below the level we play at, you know?
Well,
a lot of people are just here to listen and stuff.
Bart's video today was awesome, man. I love that, dude.
Oh, I was going to run a piece of that so everybody could meet Bart. Bart shows up in the chat and he's been doing some of the key reaping. I don't know if I said it, but those clips I ran through the ASP were from Mitz, Lynn Lavoie, Rico, and Gavin with Paul's equipment Paul's thing about equipping the people. What you know his line? I want those which against which there is no law.
Yes.
Right. I want you to equip people for that which there. So anything not illegal yet, and I'm like, Paul, you're onto something. And so we're seeing what's not illegal yet that we can get away with together on the Broken Clock Tower Discord. Some of it gets to be on YouTube for you guys to play along with and see.
So go and buy one of Grizz's shirt or sweaters with Goose on there. I'm gonna make this. I already recorded the actual video portion of what I wanted to say. So I'm screwed. I'm just gonna put that out there, and I'm gonna put the link, and you can go buy some stickers from Paul. And there's gonna be a link to Paul's father's book. There are no paper copies of this though. I looked all over, but there are Kindle versions. So there's that, and I just think Cassidy made a good point. He has done a lot for a lot of us, and we've given most of us have given not much back, and so I think it's a good thing, man. I'm all for encouraging people to help out or support the people that you are interested in. Hell yeah, dude.
Well, if we can get the grift allegations really up and running, then the conflict draws enough interest for people to look hard enough to see it's not a grift, and we get people like that's a pathway that spirit might send people to us through.
Yeah.
It's like there's gonna be a type of person that's watching a lot of YouTube that ends up finding this section of the corner. Mm-hmm. They might be watching a lot of YouTube for a different reason, and get led here, but the thing that if we focus on building and playing together and showing people that that's possible, I think that things will sprout from there. That's part of this Deadwood thing I'm talking about is Cassidy's competing in the Friday streaming slot now, or experimenting with streaming in the Friday streaming slot. So we're gonna start having turf wars and shit for attention.
I like
because we've gotten another sprouting of like these more channels, and that's at what layer are these things happening, and at what layer are we operating? And there's this, I don't know, this stuff is like sort of, it's a show to me.
Yeah.
I'm living in a show at this point.
Well, firstly, it's fun. So when it starts to get goofy, that's where it gets frustrating. But it's mostly fun, and so when Dust to Dust puts out his videos, I'm like, this is great. Like somebody's hopping in there and contributing, and then Bart puts out his things today. I love this guy's stream of thought, and and like I think I would say I'm probably class of 2021, maybe 22. And then like now Bart's class of 2023, and like all that stuff is cool. And then you got like Andrea with the bangs, and she's like what, class of 2018 or 2019 or something. And so like all that's great, and and it's
sort of
fun.
What do you think of this Peterson University thing? Or Peterson Academy? I'm sorry.
Well, I think if you want to pay for that, go ahead. I mean, we all took it. We didn't pay for it. We didn't get accredited. I don't know how well we would do on quizzes, but it's been useful in some ways.
I don't know. I think this is the whole watching what the Daily Wire is doing, especially with this Crowder stuff that's apparently brewing.
That's really weird to me, how that's all so public. It's like
I know him from Owen Benjamin as being a hard LARPer. So my first assumption is this is hard LARP.
Sure. Well, I was thinking like it's like what reality TV was, but now it's here on the damn YouTube, and it's like, oh, so now we're gonna put our private business dealings up for everybody as entertainment now. Because these are, I mean, that Benjamin video, when I saw it, there was like,
I think
600,000 views in like 6 hours. I'm like, Jesus, man.
I'd love to find the people that are tired of being entertained, ultimately. And I think as I like clean up my life, I might qualify to get their attention. we'll see. I don't know. I'm turning some sort of page at this point. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's great. How's all that going? You're doing that. Are you doing the Peterson?
No, I just call it a pap smear and go over my past. And like I pulled it out in a bunch of interviews. Like the back end of me in the comma is like everything I needed to get out about from 2018 to now. I think I did.
Good.
And what if Seal Binder releases that one, another swing at it is in there.
I'm looking
I
forward.
don't know. I think it's mostly dealt with, but you know how grief in the past is, so maybe not. But the I got to do the FAP now. You know, the Future Authoring Program.
Yeah. Well, and just as all this bullshit aside, in real, if you ever just need to bullshit, you know, I called you when I was bothered and stuff. You can feel free to do the same. You know, if you got something you ever need to just talk about.
Yeah, and if anybody out there you feel you have something you need to just talk about, there's the $33 tier on my Patreon gets you a once a month video consultation, one-on-one private. Nobody has claimed it. Even the people who do support me at that level, none of those people have even asked for it. But there is a way if you'd like some private time with me.
I got free. I paid in participation.
Yeah, that's anybody any help anyway is, you know, so you can support me as much as you want. Just being here is plenty, more than enough. But it's part of. See, I see the what I ideally I would have. My aim was to make, like, I think these little nuggets inside videos are they're gold. They're hidden in these 3-hour videos, but there's little nuggets of gold.
Mm-hmm.
And like the people that bring those out to me were like miners in Deadwood. And so what I've learned from Deadwood is in this scenario, your best bet you set up a hardware store and then a bank.
That's where all the money's made.
And so the hardware store is showing people how to use these tools to weave these things together, and that it can be a video product. Like, and now I've got people using the Loom Room as like exemplars of like what the distillates could be. So I'm getting to that next stage of what's going to happen with this whole shebang. But the notion was, like, you get a brain that's done nothing but brain stuff. They shouldn't have to figure out YouTube either. There should be like a herd of lobster monkeys ready to bring their content to all the channels it needs to go to and know all that stuff for them. And there's no reason that can't be the people who are otherwise playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to get involved in what's like start integrating back into the real meat space world, while like to help grab the steering wheel while things are going so off the road. I don't know how to say it, but I guess as an avenue, an inroad to participation in a new way that we didn't have before the medium and the bandwidth became what it did. But like core product, I think Defense Against the Dark Arts is the way to go. Because like I was an ill-equipped 14-year-old and I could have been a lot more if I had gotten. So like the Defense Against the Dark Arts for me is that the gift to the youth that we can all put together. Like, dude, you're swimming in advertisement. This is research mind control. These psychologists they've paid a lot of people to figure out how to train you to feel this way.
It is interesting you put it that way, because I think that's what a lot of this is. I mean, people aren't afraid in this space generally to just share like genuinely from what they believe, and like in that sometimes like it's like, oh, that over there, that's bullshit or whatever. And so it's kind of in doing all of this, even with the humor that some of us are providing, it is Defense Against the Dark Arts, because it's like I like shining a light on some of the absurdity and stuff like that. And
I think the main reason we do this is for the next generation, like Freedom Lunch's daughter. Like, there's those people out there, and if we don't step up and be more than audience, so somehow, how? I don't know, come through the LARP gate, be more than audience. There's a playground over here.
I'm looking forward to hearing chapter 2 of Bart's story. Because that
Oh, yeah, I was going to bring up Bart. Can you hold the crowd?
Yes.
Ready, set, hold.
Oh, shit. Hi, crowd. Now, Grizz is going to play a clip from this guy named Bart, I think also known as Bartholomew. He's like, his emoji is, he always leaves an emoji of a happy face with like a cowboy hat. But then on his little picture, it's a picture of his grandfather. And he tells some stories about him. And it's pretty good stuff. It's pretty good stuff. Yeah, I loved it. It's funny because when you're introduced to somebody new, you never know. It's always a little like, this guy might be weird. But then you start listening and like, oh, this guy's genuine. I love it.
Well, we have a fresh lobster monkey howdy to Bart, who put his introduction video on the internet, and that's a Discord link, Jack Hole. Look what you've done. Did I not? I copy clean link. What? Is it not? Oh, how dare you.
The age of...
Dude, this is not right. This is not right, bro. Check this out. Check this out, right? Hold on. The link is watch ?V. Hold on, Bart. We're gonna put you right about here. Okay. The link is TLA 420 AX NSA.
Well,
that O, it might be 42 capital O. Never mind. It still says NSA is the last three. WTF, bro? WTF, Bart?
I've already been primed from that from Verbekey's material.
WTF.
Jonathan Pajot and Matthew Pajot, their work
might as well be here,
is beyond helpful in terms of like bridging that perennialist kind of comparative religious or symbolic framework into multiple landscapes for me, like into, okay, I'm interacting with someone of this worldview or background, or at least have a schema to approach it with, has been beyond helpful. And it's also helped me kind of better situate things in my own kind of cosmic sense of the world around me, at least to understand where things are in its right place. And I think becoming Orthodox Christian has done that as well. And I'm not going to get into anything like.
Bart has made the transformation. He's got an introductory video. I'm going to leave a link to it somewhere. I see Pastor Paul Vanderklee is probably watching from the Hauser car and can't come on and answer these allegations about how he's letting everybody smear his good friend John Verbekey publicly, and how I mentioned earlier we need to uplift the people taking the work seriously now as a consequence of what you've done. And that's how things are here in Deadwood, and how I finally have the budget thanks to the Buy Me a Coffee. Oh, I got the car back. Casino. Car's back.
Right.
Anyway, we're good. I'm gonna rent Deadwood via YouTube so I don't feel guilty about streaming it to people on Discord or whatever. And we're gonna do watch parties and step through the episodes and teach. It's called the Deadwood Intensive, and I'm gonna teach people how to map those archetypes onto what's going on in the corner, and just watch TV with people and have a good time. I told people if the money, if they were being generous, first to the parking lot, because I don't know what I'm gonna do at this point in my life. I know there's a place I have to go, and that on the way I'm gonna stop by Livingstone's and also Crater Lake. And other than that, I have to figure out what to do with the house and the cats, and that's the extent of the real plans for my life. I also, if I get Paintball for Jesus going on the way, then all is well. But those are anyway. So Chad, welcome back. I derailed.
I got 5 minutes, or not. I'm leaving in 5 minutes to go to dinner with some friends. But
congratulations.
Say thank you, and hi, Dolly. My dog.
Here, let me play the thing, and then do. Ready?
Do you have anything you want to say in conclusion?
Well, I would say if you can go and help out and be supportive wherever you can, wherever you like. Also, when are you gonna play some of those songs that I sent you, bro?
Anybody feel like helping me be organized? I guess I'm taking application. It pays in Indigo saving throw bonuses. Full disclosure. However, I don't see why there's not a more like psychology student, like students and interns poking around and screwing with our heads. And so if one of those wants to LARP as an assistant and get a profile of me for their thesis paper, that's fine too. But anyway, so when should we watch Deadwood together on the Discord? If you want to be a part of it, please either let me know in the Discord or in the comment section. When's a good time for you? I'll try to aim to where the most people can play, and I'll record it for the people who can't be there at that time. Special thanks to Shadow Cabal, who has made all of this possible. And we're now in year 3. So a special thanks for helping us get that far. I didn't really get too much where I was aiming, but I did launch a new thing, or revivify the Deadwood Intensive, which was halted when the laptop died, and now we're proceeding anyway. God bless America. God bless you. Thank you for helping me feel virtually not alone. God bless and good night. End broadcast.